Hey y'all, I'm Katie. This is my Ask the Admin video. I'm the owner of the Pretty Little Liars fans group on Facebook. We also have a Twitter, FB PLL fans. That also goes for Instagram. So if you haven't followed us, go ahead and do that. All right, before I answer all these awesome questions, I'm going to give you a little background on the group. I actually did not create the group. Many don't know that unless you were here from the beginning. I became an admin in December. A guy named Zach, he owned the group, and he brought me on, and I ended up adding a couple people as admins because I was the only person. Aaron and Marianne are actually two from the very beginning. Georgia also. They all three were right there with me this whole incredible journey. And so when I first came on, there were 208 members in the group. For those who, keep up with the count, we're at 34,361 as of right when I'm recording this video. And so we've grown 34,000 members. And we're now actually the largest Facebook group for Pretty Little Liars, which is totally awesome. We love doing this. We love meeting new people. We love talking with all of y'all. So it's a great experience. My first question is from Johanna. Which character would break your heart the most if they were revealed as Ezra? I've read some terrific theories about Ezra. Nina, she's an admin, a lead admin. She's convinced me a time or two that Ezra could be A. But do I want Ezra to be A? No, I'd be so sad. My next question is from either Rachel or Rochelle. If I say your name wrong, I sincerely apologize. Who do you think is A, and why do you think that person is A? Right now, I am on the Wilden train. I have actually been watching the episodes. I've been binge watching on Netflix. I started season 3. I'm on season 6 today. As soon as I'm done with this video, I'm going to get back at it. But I think it's Wilden. In A is for Answers 424, there's 5 episodes that Marlene tells us to watch. In this one, I noticed Cece and Holbrook at the very beginning of the episode. He's caught her, and she's being questioned about Wilden's murder. Cece says, if I did do it, maybe I had a good reason for it. And Holbrook says, if you're looking to make a deal, I'm sure what you have to bargain with. I'm not sure what you have to bargain with. And Cece says, I know who killed that girl, the one you thought was Allison De Laurentiis. And Holbrook says, what does that have to do with Wilden? Cece says, maybe nothing, maybe everything. You're the cop. That's for you to figure out. That one scene has stuck in my head because it's in the episode A is for Answers. And there's just so much sketchy things with Wilden. I've actually seen some great YouTube theories. Right now, that's who I'm going with. I'm okay if I'm wrong. It'd be great if I was right, but I'd rather a character fake their death and come back than just disappear and come back and be A. But as long as the why is terrific, I don't think I'll just be super upset unless it's Ren, and then I won't be happy. My next question is from John Hayes. Do you think we'll ever going to find out what was in the barrel? Nope, still haven't let that go. You know what, John? I haven't either. It drives me insane. I tweet Marlene on it all the time. One day I pray she answers me, especially if she does not give us answers tonight. Who do I think is in the barrel? I kind of think it's Eddie Lamb. He just up and disappeared. It was super sketchy. He was supposed to meet Ezra that night. And then the next day, Arya goes to Radley and asks about him, and they say he's quit. I'm not sure how much of that I believe. I think something happened. If he didn't go on the run, I think he's in the barrel. The next question is from Hillary. Do you have any expectations for the summer finale? If so, what are they? I expect answers. I really, really, really hope the Y is good. I hope it's not disappointing. I know earlier this year we had the whole leak, the Drunk Gate leak, and then there's a few people on Twitter saying, oh, this is going to happen, that's going to happen. Most have been debunked. They're all fake. I don't believe any of them. But I do believe that we're going to get answers. I really hope we are. If not, I'm going to be super disappointed about it. Desiree asks, who is your overall favorite character? Spencer Hastings. That goes back and forth. I really, really love Mona, and I really love Jenna also. And Arya, she's been one of my favorite over the years. I've watched the show from the beginning, and in the first few seasons, Arya was really my favorite. But over time, I started to realize, dang, I really love Spencer Hastings, and so I've got to say Spencer. Ryan asked, why do you think A is doing this to the girls? I honestly do not know, but I really hope that when it is revealed that it's not because he just misses his family. If that's, it's so simplistic that I really hope that's not it. It also doesn't explain why he's been torturing the girls. He's been stalking these girls for years now. He's almost killed them multiple occasions. And I think that if they just answer it with, oh, he missed his family, or he's upset that his family sent him away, I will not be okay with that. But right now, I'm not 100% sure on why he's doing it, but I really know why. I know why, but I'm okay with not knowing. I'm just excited for the episode, honestly. Like, I cannot wait. I woke up with butterflies in my stomach, and I've had anxiety all day long waiting for this moment. My next question is from Autumn. What would you think if Noel was A? I'd actually be okay with Noel being A. I mentioned earlier I've been binge watching, and Noel was actually on my list. Like, I thought, hey, it could be Noel, but he's not my only one. I've gone through like 5 different people being A the past few weeks doing this rewatch. My next question is from Huda. Do you feel any compassion towards Charles or A? Yes and no. It really, really depends on who they reveal as A. I feel like if it's a character, like say it was Ezra or Toby or Ren or Caleb, and these are established characters who've had, romantic relationships with characters on the show, that they have careers, they have all these connections to the community, and if it came back that it was all fake and they've all been doing it for revenge, I could have no compassion for that person. If it was someone, like earlier I said, Wilden, he did have connections to the community as a police officer, but he didn't have like in-depth relationships with the girls, while he was stalking them. He wasn't stalking them and then going home and laying in bed with one of them, and that right there would keep me from having compassion. Right now, you never know. The episode hasn't aired yet, but right now, I feel like depending on who A is, I will have or I won't have compassion for that person. My next question is from Alicia. Who would you date in Pretty Little Liars? I think that's a pretty easy question, hands down. It'd probably be Ezra. My second choice would be Caleb. But yes, definitely. Both of them, man candy. Rebecca asks, my question for the video is, what is your theories for Redcoat and Black Widow? Thoughts? For Black Widow, hands down, I'm thinking Melissa. My reasoning for this is, in 506, we see Black Widow taking flowers. There's a card on the flowers that says to the family of Bethany Young. Earlier we found out that Melissa, has this huge secret, and then, of course, later she confesses to Spencer that she technically did kill Bethany. And so that right there is what leads me to believe it's Melissa. I could be wrong. I've also thought Jenna before and Paige, but right now my thoughts are with it being Melissa. To continue that question, my theories for Redcoat. Honestly, I'm super confused with the whole Redcoat thing. At first I thought it was Cece, and then I'm not sure about Cece, because in 501 she leaves, Allie gives her the passport and she leaves the country, and Allie tells Emily, Emily asked, so she wasn't ever Redcoat, and Allie says, no, I asked her to wear that, hoping she would distract A so we could turn off the saw. And then Allie says, Cece killed a cop, and part of why she did that was for me. I don't know what to think about this. I don't think Weldon's dead. I think it could be a cover-up. But with that, maybe Cece and Weldon are working together. Maybe they both have a vendetta against Allie. And so they are working together. And, you never know. It could be, Cece could have said, hey, I killed him, knowing that, hey, he's actually Charles and I'm helping him. And, maybe not, but maybe. If not her, then I think it could be Sarah. I think Sarah's so sketchy. Seriously, I do. I think she's so sketchy, and she could be Redcoat. She may not be, but those are my two top suspects right now. My next one, Aaron says, what do you think happened that first night? I think, we know that Melissa is in fact the one that accidentally killed Bethany. She buried her thinking it was Allie. But I kind of do feel like maybe if Charles did not kill Bethany, hit her over the head to kill her, then I think it was Spencer. Honestly, I kind of feel like it could have been Spencer. Maybe not, but I do believe something happened that night involving Spencer. I think the blood on, the hands and her having these flashbacks. I think it's all foreshadowing for, what's to come, the reveal to come. My next question is from Stephanie. Why was the damn stuffed pig Aria had relevant? Pigtunia? I actually meant to do a little bit more research on this because I haven't watched the first few seasons in a while. I've read a theory that at the beginning, like the Aria's A theories, Pigtunia is in the barn, and then when they wake up, Pigtunia is gone. I don't think Aria is A, but it's extremely interesting, because it keeps going back, from season to season. You get the pig cupcakes, and you get the pig and, the dead pig, and so, if you were an Aria's A kind of person, it could, seem extremely relevant, but I'm not really sure that it is relevant. My next question is from Amber. What is Black Widow responsible for? I'm lost as to what she has done to be considered antagonist. I spoke on this a little bit before, but we have actually seen Black Widow a few times. Let me scroll down here, and we see her in season 4 for the first time at Weldon's funeral. It's then later speculated that she's in free fall at the zoo. I personally do not believe that that's her. I think that's Sarah. I think Sarah Harvey. I think she is either working with Charles or working for Charles. But the next time we see her, or we see her costume, is in 505 when A is seen moving into the new apartment. The Black Widow outfit is sitting next to the dollhouse. Before I thought that she could be working against him, but now I truly believe she's working with him. I didn't notice that the first time I'd watched it, but I was watching it yesterday and I saw it and I was like, oh crap. that changes everything. And then of course, in 506, she, does the flowers to Bethany's family. And of course, then she is in the Christmas flashback episode. But in that episode, Mrs. D is Black Widow. Marlena said that there's been a couple different names for her in the past. Black Veil. There's I can't think of what the other one was, but there was even another one before. But that's what they've ended up calling her, is the Black Widow. But supposedly she is an important character. Next question is from Lacey. In season 5, episode 11, Arya whispered something to Mona in the theater, and it made Mona upset and leave the room. What do you think Arya whispered to her? Later in that episode, when they're in the bathroom, Mona says something about Arya's dad and, him not accepting her. And I think when Arya whispered in her ear, she said something about, maybe when they figure out, when they see Mona's true colors, they're never going to truly accept her into, their family. And I mean, it may not be that, but that's kind of what I'm leaning towards. Is she said something to Mona about her and Mike being together, and how their family will never really, totally trust or respect Mona. Um, Rona, I don't know, I probably said that wrong. Out of all of our favorite Pretty Little Liars girls, who do you find yourself relating to and why? Mona says in one of the episodes, Spencer is smart, Emily is loyal, Hannah is admiring, and Arya is compassionate. I'm all for those. And so I gotta say, I most identify with Spencer and Arya the most, but I do share qualities that Emily and Hannah have also. So it's really hard to say which of the 4 girls I most like, but I want to say I'm just like a mix of all 4 of the girls. Ashley's question is, who do you think is A? Right now, I think it's Wilden. We'll find out tonight, though. Kylie has 2 questions. Her first one is, what's your dream cast for Pretty Little Liars, besides the stars that are on there now? And what is your favorite episode? Honestly, I can't imagine anyone else on Pretty Little Liars. I love everyone on the show, probably except Keegan. I do like Toby, don't get me wrong. I just don't think Keegan is the best actor. I'm probably going to receive a lot of hate for that, but I do love Keegan as a person. Some of the scenes are just, they're not that believable, and it takes away from it. My favorite episode is How the A Stole Christmas. I love the scene at the end with all of them, at the table and eating, and Allie's outside watching in. But honestly, that's probably one of my favorite ones. I also really love, sorry, I've got a little person climbing up me. I also really love the Halloween Train episode. It's probably one of my other favorites. But she's coming. She's coming. And so, but yes, that's probably one of my favorite episodes, to date. All right, I'm going to start wrapping this up. I've got a few more questions. These are admin asked questions, and so I'm going to knock these out. My favorite liar, of course, I said earlier, was Spencer. Favorite characters, I really love Caleb. I like Mona. I love Jenna. And I thought back on that who would I date question. Totally would pick Holbrook. I know a lot of people say, oh, he's bad. But really, he was just screwed over by Allie. And, in retrospect, that's the same thing that happened to Ezra. He got wrapped up in her lies and her games. And it didn't end well. And so that's kind of what happened with Holbrook. He was wronged by Allie. And, I really don't think he's that bad of a guy. And plus, he's gorgeous. And so my pick would be Holbrook on that one. My least favorite character. My least favorite character is probably, I've got to say, it's probably Allie. I really liked Allie before she came back, but afterwards, not so much. There's always next season. The dynamic of her character might change, but right now, I just don't feel like I can totally trust her. And plus, the way she's acting with the whole Charles thing. I understand it's her brother, but, he's tortured you for years. He could have potentially killed your mom. It's just, I'm not sure about it right now. I go back and forth with Emily, because that's one of the questions, your least favorite liar. I go back and forth with Emily and Hannah. I really loved Emily in the beginning, but over time, not so much. And Hannah, at the beginning, I didn't like her. But over time, I started to like her, and so, it's kind of a switch. But those are some of my least favorite characters. And there's smaller characters, here and there that I didn't enjoy as much as others. And another character, this is kind of like one of those weird things that I'm probably the only person that thinks this. But I really love Peter Hastings. He's probably my favorite parent on the show. I love both of the Hastings parents, but Peter's probably my favorite. It's an underdog, but he's pretty dang cool. Another honorable mention, Paige. And a lot of people don't like Paige, but thinking about it, I actually kind of like her. I've been doing the rewatch. I didn't like her before. I like her now. I think when you rewatch the series over again, you see characters in a different light, and so that's kind of what's happened. Now I'm kind of digging Paige. I kind of hope she comes back. My last question: do you think Maya's alive? No, I do not. Nor do I even want Maya to be alive. I think her character has run its course. If they'd have brought her back sooner, I'd probably been cool with it. But it's the end of season 6. We're about to do the time jump. I don't see there being enough time to explain Charles's story, which is what I think should be focused on, and explaining Maya's story of being gone and, faking her death and where she been and what she been doing and why she doing it. I don't see an adequate amount of time for that storyline. And so, no, I do not think Maya's alive, nor do I want Maya to be alive. But, we'll see. You never know what's going to happen in these situations. But for those of you who do not know, we do have other groups. I hope that you will come and check us out. We've got quite a few. The links are always available on our page. If you cannot find them, all you have to do is ask. I want to thank you. I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you for bearing with me. Of course, as you could see, she climbed on top of me and my mom, so I wasn't able to just sit down and do this video in one take. I'm also not very good at this. I just bought a new computer, so this is my first video, but it will not be my last, I promise. I will do this again. Okay, so that's all the questions that I was asked. I included a few scenes from, the Christmas episode. It's my favorite. I also want to show y'all my hoodie. For those that do not know, our admin Cammie makes these. They're awesome. I absolutely love mine. If you are interested in purchasing one, the link is on the page. I can also post it in here. I'm going to include a few little, she's coming back for more. I'm going to include a few more pictures. Again, I want to thank you all for watching my video, and I want to thank each and every one of y'all for being a member of the group. We love y'all. We are so happy that you have chosen to do this with us. Until next time, thank you.